Hello, all. It's a very intriguing title that I put here. That's taking from $6,000 all the way to $1 million. Is it really possible? Yes, it is. How long will it take? The fastest time I can think of is roughly 15, 20 years. And it could even go up to 25 years to convert that amount to $1 million, depending on the type of investments you're choosing. If you're really choosing stocks and concentrated portfolio, it's really easy to achieve in 15, 20 years. If you're picking an index fund for common people who cannot really pick stocks, it could be a little long haul, a stretch like 25, 30 years, but it's still possible to dream that magic figure to become a millionaire, starting with a meager amount of $5,000, $6,000, or even $10,000. And it could lead to a princely amount of $1 million in that period. Now, here's a hypothetical scenario, and I know what you're thinking. It's always easy to put a hypothetical scenario and retrospectively say that this would have happened if you had done this. But this is a possibility, and this has been proven over and again over a multitude of time period, not only in the last 10 years, even before that. You go and take any long periods of stock market like 20 years, the returns has been fabulous. Whether even it's in index funds, it has done at least 10 to 12% or even 15% sometimes. So here is a scenario that I'm going to take you through, and keeping that dream up, it's a hypothetical scenario, I know that, but here is a way to dream by investing in stocks. Just like for any entrepreneur to start a business and make it big, an investor can also be part of a business and make it big. Take a look at this hypothetical scenario. Let's get into it. So take a look at this. There is a table I put here, and you have three stocks that I'm considering. $6,000 equally distributed between three stocks. That's 2,000 each. This is a concentrated investing. It's not easy. Now, three stocks I put: BlackBerry, Apple, Netflix. All three are known stocks at that point of time. For people who don't know, BlackBerry used to rule the roast in office communication and mobile communication. Everyone had a BlackBerry who used to work. It was only, I would say, only phone that was used to exchange office mails and communication medium. Great product, great management, and used to be a great company to invest in. And this was a peak, I would say, but it was an interesting story. After that, it faltered. And then you had Apple, pretty known. They were known for their, I think, iPods that time, iPads. They were having the initial phone release of iPhones, probably. Pretty known brand, and Apple was pretty known brand in that time during 2010. And Netflix, again, well known, known for their video streaming, and it used to be CDs that used to be shipped to home, and then they slowly started having that TV based channels and all of that. But still, I think it was in the primitive stage of subscription based models, but still well known brand. And this is in price in 2010. Believe me, as a stock investor, I don't look at really the ticker price. It doesn't matter to me. But for illustrative purpose, I have put the ticker price here. I usually look at the market capitalization of a company. So here, the ticker price is here for 2010 March. BlackBerry was trading at $73 per share, Apple 31.75 per share, and Netflix 10.06 per share. This was in year 2010, exactly 10 years back in March 2010. And March 2020, March 2020, the prices have been put there. BlackBerry was decimated. It came down to $3.36 per share. Apple from 31.75 to $240.91. That's almost like a 8-bagger. And Netflix from $10 a share to $364 a share, $364 a share. That's whopping 36-bagger. And if you had put $2,000 each, your BlackBerry would have become $90. Your $2,000 in Apple would have become 15K, not bad at all. And at $2,000 in Netflix would have become approximately $72,000, 380. That's a whopping return. So put together, $6,000 total capital would have become 87K. And that's a 14-bagger, 14 times returns of your $6,000, and you've reached already $88,000 approximately. Now, if you continue to invest the same way in another three stocks today, if you have to pick, I'm not going to go to which stocks, but we saw an hypothetical scenario earlier for 10 years. But now let's assume that you put it same way, the 88K into 3 to 5 stocks. Come 2030, at the same conversion rate of 14 times, it would become $1.28 million. And even if you are able to do a 10 times, a 10-bagger, which is quite possible, and you would have reached 900K, close to $1 million, in 2030. That's so, look at it. So in 2010 you started, 2030 you have achieved, with $6,000 you converted into approximately $1 million. Even if you achieve half that feat, 500K, that's still a great feat to achieve in 20 years. Now, people might ask me, what if I don't get a Netflix? Netflix is the main driver for this returns here, 35 times. Now let's assume you are invested in Amazon. Amazon was very well known in 2010, and it has returned close to around 12 times, probably 10 to 12 times in the last 10 years, or even more probably. And you would have still made that $2,000 to 24,000 and your returns would have achieved close to 50, 40, 45K. And you might not have chosen a BlackBerry. You could have chosen any other stock like a Starbucks, which has returned another 12 times or 10 to 12 times in that period, and you would have ended up with almost 60, 70K. So still pretty good returns in 10 years, and that 60K could have become a 600K. And you might have another 12 bagger or 10 bagger. You might have, look at this. So even if one stock goes to zero in three stocks, the Apple did a decent job, just 8 times returns in 10 years. And if you have a blockbuster returns like 10 to 12 times, you have still made it home. So that's how you make big returns, starting with $6,000. And it's if you are started, and this is like the most important thing to note here is you're not putting a single penny after 2010 March. People are working. It's not in that kind of a scenario. People get their paychecks every month. You will have a balance at every month. You can save, consistently invest. Believe me, if you had invested even $1,000 every month after that initial 6,000 corpus, you would have put approximately 12K per year. Last 10 years it's 120K you would have added to that. And that would have multiplied itself easily. It wouldn't have taken 10 years. It would have even 20 years to become a millionaire. It would have been even 15 years you can become a millionaire. So this is the fastest way that stocks can do magical returns, and power of compounding can do magic for common people to achieve. So if someone is not able to start a business, that's the best way to multiply money and create huge wealth or create big capital, because of the re-rating concept in stock markets. If you start a business, you can have valuations multiples of, in terms of multiples of the earnings. So that is a compound effect. If not, someone is not able to start as an entrepreneur, the second best method is investing in stocks, in concentrated stocks. Indexing helps, of course, for common people who cannot really pick stocks, but picking stocks is the fastest way to create wealth after the first best method, which is to start a business. If you're not able to start a business, if you're not inheriting enough amount, the next best method is to start investing and finding that great stocks at a primitive or small to medium type stocks. Look at this. Amazon, Apple were not small that time in 2010. They were still mid-sized businesses, but they returned huge. So this is the best method and fastest method one can think of to become a millionaire. Hope this was useful. I wanted to demonstrate this, substantiate this, my thesis, and I hope it was helpful.